Hi, my name is Beth Kanter, and I'm a trainer, blogger, author, and speaker. I've been working in the nonprofit sector for about 35 years now, and the last 20 years in the area of nonprofit technology, specifically the internet. And when I started my career, I worked for nonprofits, and then I was a consultant, and then about 20 years ago, I discovered the internet, and it was really exciting for me because I had a front row seat at the creation of a field, and this field was how nonprofits could use the internet for mission-driven work. I didn't know a modem from a microwave when I started, but what I could do is teach myself and then spread that knowledge to others. And I have made a career of that over the last 20 some years, working with nonprofits to adopt online technologies, blogs, internet, Facebook, whatever's happening. Okay, so what is really cool about the technology is not the technology. It's that it allows us to be more transparent in connecting with other people and to build relationships online. We can connect with people that share our passion about doing good in the world, and we can inspire them and tap into their networks. And while each of us is doing a small act of kindness or a small act of social good, through using these networks, it allows us to scale. There's lots of ways that you, as an individual, can use these online networks. Once, of course, you've built relationships with people and engaged with them. You know, it's all connected to like what you want to do. What is your goal? Maybe it's about getting a corporation to stop importing toxic toys from China, you know, or whatever the issue is, something that you feel really passionate about that you know will make the world a better place. Or you could use networks to raise money, and that's something that's always very welcome from nonprofits, especially in these days. And the really wonderful thing about the tools is that it's no longer just in the control of the organization. It's no longer just the organization that can raise the money for their goals, but any supporter can become a fundraiser for an organization. There are a lot of platforms that facilitate this. And we're seeing more and more giving days that sort of encourage that kind of philanthropy from individuals. So think about, you know, what is it that you're passionate about? What is the social change or social impact that you want to have in the world? And then think about the various strategies and ways that you can do it, and then connect it with your network, and then connect it with a tool. What I'm talking about is the power of the individual voice. I'm talking about your personal brand and how to use that and leverage that for thought leadership on behalf of making social change. So that's personally how I use social network as a thought leadership platform. I also use my social network platforms for learning. It's my key source of professional learning. Now, you can come follow my personal profile on Facebook. I have a personal profile because I do share publicly what I'm learning. We call it content curation. So I go out to the internet, I look at very finely tuned lists of people who are subject matter experts in different topics, and that's how I learn. I scan them, I synthesize them, and I share the best bits with my network. And that keeps me learning and real time, which I think is a really important skill. So, you know, doing good online and encouraging your network to do the same, it can make you feel really good. And it can also help metabolize grief. And about a year ago, I lost my dad, Dr. Earl Kanter, to a really lengthy battle of Parkinson's disease. He loved the ocean, and I was practically brought up in the ocean. And so I decided that to help metabolize my grief, that I would honor him by doing an online fundraiser and memorial in his honor. So for the fundraiser, I picked a charity called Surfrider Foundation, which is a group of activist surfers who care about the ocean. I just thought it was such a great match. And they have a great network, and they embraced me and supported my campaign in memory of my dad. And I raised over $5,000 for a fund for beach conservation on the beach where he surfed. And there's a plaque there now, and I go back and I visit that, and it gives me great comfort. But I also wanted to do an online memorial in a very networked way to celebrate his life and to celebrate everybody's mutual love of the ocean. So I created a hashtag on Twitter called Ocean Love Earl. His name was Earl. And I did a tweet-a-thon for 24 hours, encouraging people to tweet photos and why they love the ocean. And I had thousands and thousands of people who were strangers, didn't know my dad, tweeting about the ocean. And it was very, very gratifying. So even doing good in the world, when you've built relationships, when you inspire your network, even small amounts, you can not only metabolize some grief, but you can make a change in the world.